Hey, good morning. Oh, almost said good morning. Good afternoon, everyone. Oh, feels good to take the eyeglasses off. Wanted to give you a quick weather update. It's been a little bit crazy in the Weather Center this morning, so first chance I've had to pop on and give you a quick weather update, let you know what's going on in the old weather world. I am going to flip this around. I'm going to try to flip this around. Hello to everybody tuning in. And kind of show you the graphics of what's going on now, what has happened so far with the wind, and what's happening or expected to happen later today. So let me see if I can figure this out. I know there's a way. There it is. Okay, so here's a look at what's going on outside right now. It's a little crazy, right? Look at the wind. This is the east side. It's so strong, these winds and this dust, that we can't even see the Catalinas. That's a view I often show in the morning. Skycam from the KGUN 9 Skycam looking towards the Catalinas, looking north, and because of the dust and cloud cover and a little bit of rain, it has basically completely limited visibility of the mountains. So far, no dust advisories in Pima County, but we do have air quality alerts and obviously lots of dust here on the east side. Nothing to report yet with the snow up on Mount Lemmon, but I'm sure there will be at some point as soon as we can actually see it and or get any sort of updates. Hello, waving back at everybody that's waving at me. I don't see first names. Are we going to get snow? I don't know. Dirk, hello. The wind really blows. Ha, ba-dum-bum. Are we going to get snow? Well, we've had a little bit, but I'm going to get to that. And whether we'll see it, I'll say this. As excited as you are about the snow, wind and colder temps are going to be the bigger story. And they already have. We've got, flurries that have led to wet roads in parts of Cochise County, Sierra Vista, maybe a little slick, but the problem is because of the wind, the temperatures are hovering right around freezing or maybe a little above it, so it's not really allowing it to stick, which I guess is good news. But if we continue to see more snow tonight when the temperatures do drop and the surface is actually cold, that could be a different story, especially with overpasses and bridges. I'm going to flip this back around and get to more of the other graphics to kind of show you where we are now. But the wind so far has been just crazy. And if you're on the east side, everyone knows that. So some of the peak wind gusts, obviously the east side has taken the cake with that. We did have a report of a 61 mile per hour wind gust near Speedway and Houghton a little bit earlier this morning around 8:30. Now, even though I'm showing you these peak wind gusts as of 8:30 this morning, just know that doesn't include any other reports that we haven't seen yet. And obviously that was almost 4 hours ago, so there could be more, and yes, it could get worse, and we expect that it probably will. So some places we've seen roofs down, trees down, lots of damage, lots of dust, especially in Cochise County, that have led to problems. So wind is going to continue to be one of the leading concerns. Here's the current wind gusts that is constantly changing as well, but just particularly at this very moment, these are the current wind gusts. You're probably thinking, man, it feels so much colder than you're saying. Yeah, because these are the temperatures, like current temperatures. It shows 50 at the airport. It shows 43 in Benson, but you add the wind, and these are the wind chills. So this is probably why a lot of people are concerned, or confused, I should say, about why it's not snowing or changing over to snow in Cochise County or sticking, because the wind chill is making it feel much colder than it actually is. So if the wind was a color, that's what it would be right there, Dirk. See, it would be, I would say, green on breezy days and blue and purple on days like this. Such a great question. Brooke, oh, where have you been? Hello to you, my friend. The wind is crazy, Ryan. Okay, so let's move on. Those are the wind chills right now. So obviously it feels a lot colder than it actually is and will actually be by tomorrow morning. Tonight into tomorrow morning, that's the area, yes, Tucson included, that's under the freeze warning. That'll start probably around 10 o'clock tonight if the wind dies down. And yes, we will get some clearing, and we should. There are some areas in and around the Tucson area and metro that could even drop down to as low as 25. Yeah, and maybe even teens in these areas that are already prone to freezing temperatures like Cochise County. So it is definitely going to be cold, and it will be the first freeze for some areas in and around Tucson. And it won't just be tomorrow morning, tomorrow night and Friday morning. We will also see another freeze, and that may even last into the weekend. As I mentioned, the weather wind advisory is in effect and will stay in effect till 10 o'clock tonight. That's the other big story, obviously. I'm surprised it's not a warning, but either way, the advisory's there. Now, this looks very ominous, and I'm showing you this blue, which is an indicator of snow, and it looks like it's, man, look at all that snow in Sierra Vista, pushing up into Benson, eastern Pima County. Listen, it is snowing. There are some flurries, but as I mentioned earlier, it's at a layer that is very dry and very warm, so it's probably wetting the roads, but it's not necessarily sticking, and probably won't unless we get more rain later tonight when the air starts to sink and cool much more so. If it's hovering right around freezing, it's not going to stick. And so it is snowing. We are seeing flurries, and we've even seen some in and around the Tucson area, but until we get to those freezing temperatures tonight, it shouldn't cause a problem with roads, at least not yet. By tonight, again, that may be a different story, especially with bridges and overpasses that tend to freeze even if we don't have snow. So that'll be a different story for tonight. We'll be watching that for you as well. Flipping back around. So again, don't get too excited about that. But our Futurecast does show that there is the potential that we could see more later today. So I'll put this in the motion, and it does tend to kind of peek over into parts of Santa Cruz, eastern Pima County, maybe by 5 or 6 o'clock tonight. You can see it there, but it's these areas in Cochise County closest to the international border that will likely see the bulk of that, and we could see, again, that sticking, if it's still there overnight, into your Thursday, maybe a little bit more if those temperatures drop enough tonight and it sticks around. But again, that's a Futurecast. That's not an exact science. So these are the potential snow totals. Obviously, they don't look like much, and that's only if that precipitation continues through tonight. Now, maybe a little bit more over the higher elevations, but we're really not expecting much, and we'll see if we're still seeing it in the morning. If it's still happening and the temperature's gone down as much as it's expected to, then yeah, some people might wake up with a little bit of a dusting, maybe up to an inch or so in some valleys southeast of us, but it's going to warm up in the afternoon, so anything that doesn't stick overnight, it won't last long. And as you can see, these freezing temps are going to stick around for a few days as well. So that's the gist of it. That was a lot to digest, I know. I just asked the National Weather Service if they had any reports of Mount Lemmon snow yet. They're saying they don't think they've seen any, but as far as reports, obviously they've seen some snow. Reporting about a quarter-mile visibility and heavy snow around Pioneer Airfield. Checking cameras on Mount Lemmon. So far, just a dusting. So that's, you just got like the live update of me reading the chat on the National Weather Service that I just got. And pretty much my sky cams and everything I just showed you kind of already says that. Hello to everybody just joining and saying hi. Haven't done a weather update live here on a while, and I wanted to just going to update you guys. So wind is going to continue to be the biggest story. It already has caused a lot of concern since overnight. 20-car pileup in Cochise County, I want to say, close to the New Mexico border overnight. We were on that. Thankfully, no fatalities, at least not reported. But then we've had trees down. We've had a roof reported completely ripped off in one part of, I want to say, Arivaca. So our crews are all on that right now. My job so far, just watching that radar to see where the snow is and the wind gusts and the peaks. And so far, that 61 mile per hour peak wind gust at Speedway in Houghton has been the one that takes the cake. East side, really. If you're on the east side versus the west side, you've already seen just how strong that wind is. So that's not going to really probably let up until late tonight. I feel like I'm repeating myself at this point, so I'm going to get off here, but you can go back and rewatch this if you missed the beginning of it. Fingers crossed we get a little precipitation. I know that that's not the major weather story. We wish it was. We could certainly use it. But if you do get any like flurries, I've had a couple of people tell me they're seeing some. Maybe take some video if you have time. Send it in. We like to see it. Otherwise, just get prepared for that freeze warning tomorrow morning. Protect the peas. Bring in the people, the pets, cover the pipes, the plants, all the above. You guys stay safe. And we'll continue to update you, not only on social, but on KGUN 9. Wait, I can see people saying things. John, it's 10. Oh, yeah. I'll take my 50 degrees and 40 degree wind chill over your 10 degrees any day. And you know that you wish you were here with me. Just saying. All right, folks. Well, I'm signing off. Peace out. Sorry to any of you that are dealing with really, really cold temperatures, and I'm sitting here talking about how cold it is and wishing that we would get some snow. But I don't want anybody to get hurt, so hopefully it's not the icy bridges that we're dealing with, and it's more just, snow fun that you can look at and it not cause any actual problems. I have to just kind of add that little PSA. All right, happy Wednesday. Stay safe, everybody. We'll keep you updated on social and on KGUN 9 throughout the day as well. All right, bye, guys.